What's good, everyone? This is Eugene. Basically, today is July the 5th. I'm walking by this new sign that has been just equipped. Municipal speed camera in use. So basically, not very good news starting tomorrow, July 6th. There is new law that came out, and apparently somehow the government passed this law saying that they are right now starting to enforce the new police officers, but those police officers are just little boxes that look like an electrical box, and nothing to worry about a lot. But what's really devastating is that if you do 1 kilometer over the speed limit in the 40 zone, which is 41, you're getting ticketed. Perhaps maybe not you, but whoever owns the plates of the car, which is not really nice for them too. As well as if the plates on the car are displayed wrong, if the sticker is let's say past due date, if anything is wrong with your car, you're getting ticketed. So basically it is a bylaw / police officer that is working 24/7, 365 days a year, and that's just horrible. That's really horrible, and that's just a start. I wonder why and how in the emergency state these laws have been passed. Just who allowed a closed court without public access to pass these laws, which it's unacceptable in my opinion. But basically I've walked maybe about 150 meters, and right now I'm in the neighborhood of Morningside and military trail, and here is a public school, and here is this thing. It's a small gray box that looks like pretty much an electrical box. Vision 0, property of traffic systems. Looks like to me that's a bit more of a corporational than a government product, but anyways, there's a flash for the night mode, and here's the camera itself, and there is 50 of those installed in Toronto area, and I'm sure there's gonna be much more coming in if people are not gonna be putting in some effort in order to reduce those little automated police officers. They have pretty much they can pretty much write out every single ticket for the car as the bylaw, the police officer. And for more detailed information, I'll be putting down a link in the description where you can go down into the website, and they have a map of 50 cameras that are located in Toronto, and there is also all the laws that this little machine can pretty much force onto a car owner. Not good news, and there is definitely that something needs to be done about this. Meanwhile, there's a pandemic, there is emergency state right now, and somehow courts are still passing on these laws without public presence. Courts are closed for public, yet they still sign those laws that are basically allowing MTO or whatever that corporation is to ticket people, and it's basically it's a profit oriented, definitely 1000% profit oriented law. They make it sound like it's a safety school zone. Don't speed don't be speeding around the schools, but tomorrow is July 6th. Schools are closed. Even though the schools will be open, then make sure those cameras work only during school hours, not during 24/7, 365 days a year. Yeah, that's the little excuse that they're using, which is not something that I don't find it a significant excuse to be ticketing people 1 kilometer over the speed limit, which is, I think it's $5. 2 is 10, 5 is 35, 10 is 75, 12 is probably already 100 something, because it expands, it multiplies itself by itself, and overall the numbers are not going to be very pretty for you. This area is monitored by cameras. I guess that's for people who want to vandalize this stuff, but it's a Vision Zero product, and here you go. Somebody already signed this and that, but basically, yeah, this is the camera that is facing one direction, but since Ontario plates are both front and back, that means that whoever is going 1 kilometer over, or if there's anything wrong with the car, people are getting ticketed, and people who own the car is getting ticketed. That's not really good news, but what can we do? Basically, in my opinion, there is definitely should be, as soon as the courts are open, there's definitely needs to be something done about this law, which needs to reduce the ticketing force, reduce the allowance of this machine to work, because looks like it's owned by some corporation. Looks like it's not even the government of Ontario. Looks like it's I'm not sure, just something that is really profit oriented. They do it with sort of excuse that it's a school zone and kids are running around. I don't have anything wrong with that, but for that kind of purpose, open up those cameras only during the school hours. What does it has to do with ticketing people while driving around school 1 kilometer over, and giving them a ticket for, what is it, $5, I think? So if you're going 1 kilometers over, it's $1. If you're going 5 kilometers over, it's $35. If you're going 10 kilometers over, it goes in an exponential, pretty much multiplying digits. So if you're going 50 kilometers over and more, nobody's sending you a ticket, but you have to go to the court. So basically, yep, things are getting very rough. The grace for speeding in Ontario is 10 kilometers, which is really low. In most of the European countries, the grace for the speeding is 20 kilometers an hour. So if you're going at 20 kilometers, 120 kilometers on a 100 zone, you're not getting ticketed. In Ontario, it is a ticket, demerit points, and perhaps with multiple cases like that, it's a suspension of your license. Well, in here, if you're going 20 or 30 kilometers over the speed limit, you're not getting any demerit points, but as I said, people are getting punished into their wallet. Right now is a really difficult time for people, and the government should be perhaps spending a lot of money or effort and time on working out a more sophisticated way to open up small businesses, to restart the economy. Yet what they do is, it's a sophisticated way, but that's a sophisticated way for the government to pull out money back from the people straight into their pockets, because there's going to be, on top of that ticket, which is, let's say it's going to be $5 ticket, there's going to be some kind of a tax and the victim surcharge and something else, blah 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 blah, and it's going to adapt into the universe, basically. On top of that, there's probably going to be another tax, which is taxed by another tax. But what can we do? We live in a country where people bring tax money to the government, and they're supposed to sit down and decide where the money goes next. Yet in here, since the coronavirus, blah 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 blah, allowed governments to just sit down by themselves and decide where that money is gonna go and how people are gonna be charged, which isn't very logical, because it's more logical to use the history of taxation money and how it was done before. As I said, tax money were going to the government for the country to grow, to develop, and to proceed into the more advanced technology, and that was decided with the people. But right now, since the courts are closed and judges and everyone is just dealing you know, they're dealing without people, and basically all the tax money that has been brought to the government by the people who live in Canada, work in Canada, it has been looks like it has been used without people's permission, because for my memory of being in Canada, I have never seen a speed camera at all. There has been speeding cameras, but those are radars that are equipped in the police car, and that's about it. But anyways, all the information will be uploaded in the description below, so you guys have a good one, and make sure to not speed until all these cameras are gonna be banned, or hopefully they'll be thought more realistically, and the grace speed limit will be 10 kilometers over the speed limit. This is ridiculous. Anyways, I'll be posting another video soon, but please comment down in the section below. Put your comments on what you think about it, or if you know of a way how to write a court appeal for that document, because this is not logical. Anyways, ciao.